We are back here with once again another episode of
Shut the fuck up.
Chris, you've been drinking. Chris.
Don't tell me what to do.
Don't hit me.
You'll never get
Don't hit
anyone
me.
better.
I'm the best you're ever gonna
The
get.
best you'll ever
Best
get.
you'll ever get.
Don't forget it. You're ugly.
Yes,
Not to me, though.
I could do so much better.
What are we going to do about the other generation? How will we ever communicate without communication? When we are using words a lot of ways.
They're much too big to try to dig the colorful things we say.
And we're back.
We are back once again with another edition of
Well,
That is
that's
your
your opinion, man.
Shitty ass opinion.
Shitty
man.
ass opinion,
It's fucking
yes,
terrible. But it's our opinion.
It's
That's-
our opinion.
That's all that matters.
It is a podcast about news and shit.
News and shit.
Yes.
News and views.
Well, that's your opinion is hosted by yours truly, Chris Marvel, and
we also have Andrew Shellen here.
all right, here we go.
There
Let's
we
do
go.
it up. Right?
There we go. We
Let's
got
do it up
this
right.
again.
We got this. Yeah.
It's a beautiful Sunday.
Gorgeous Sunday.
Today.
Gorgeous.
Sunny and snowy. Fuck Minnesota.
Absolute gorgeous weather.
I'm down with this state.
It's dumb. So I mean, it was gorgeous today, but of course, last week we had this shitty ass snowstorm. It's like, what the fuck? How many? So we got what I would say on average 6-7 inches.
12 inches, which is I think a normal Saturday
Night
for
you.
you.
Yes, there we go.
We both went.
On the same
Yeah,
wavelength.
we got it right there.
It's all about delivery. Oh shit, that's great.
That was good. That was
Oh
good.
shit, yeah. So yeah, it was definitely difficult with the snow, but today was great. It's gorgeous outside.
It's
I don't
fucking
know how
April.
you can ask for essentially better weather. It's cool.
It was good.
but the sun is amazingly warm.
I couldn't go onto my deck because there was snow on it. I'm like,
Oh,
get the
shit.
fuck. It was
Yeah.
like, it's nice as hell outside.
Shovel your deck.
Fuck, apparently.
Yeah.
I need to take better care of my deck.
You got
Yep.
You got to at least get it inspected once a year.
I mean, go
Couple
to
months.
the deck doctor.
Yeah, that's a small dick. You're like,
Have you ever seen that video of the Australian
Yes, he
building?
is
Yeah,
the deck.
Yep,
That's-
yep, the
Why I
deck.
said, yeah,
Is that where you got it from? Oh, okay. I got you. Okay, I see where we're going. Uh-huh.
All right. Well, let's talk about your week.
Thank you for inquiring, Chris.
Yes, I'm
Very,
curious. How was your week? Tell me
I
about
mean,
it.
we spent the whole week together, but that's okay.
Never seen you in a day of my life.
Week was pretty damn good. I did a lot of work. I got a lot done though,
Cool.
which is a good thing.
Okay, yeah.
We are not killing it, but we are doing better than we should be.
Yeah, we're staying above.
Yeah.
I was staying above float. We're
No,
floating.
we are doing.
What's the term now? What's the saying?
We're doing better than we should be.
Okay,
you
good.
know?
Yeah, okay.
We're
That
doing
works.
better than we should
Yeah,
be.
that's
That's
good.
one thing I
Yeah.
can say.
I dig that. I dig
yeah.
that.
So I mean, it is. You know, we have a busy job. You
Yeah,
know,
fuck yeah.
in the apartment industry. But we've been doing good. Yeah,
Okay, that
absolutely.
works. Yeah.
What did we do Saturday? Did I hang out with you Saturday?
So what we did was super
That's
fun.
right.
It was actually Friday night. We watched the Thing. It's John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yes.
Fucking, I love it. It's a classic for me.
It's a midnight showing.
It was a Midnight
at,
Madness at Uptown Theater.
Uptown Theater. First time I've ever been there.
Oh, okay. So yeah, how was it? What do you think?
I was a little underwhelmed.
What?
It was okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
It was okay.
All right. I thought it was a great little theater right in
It's
down.
it's
you
a
know,
cool little
yeah.
spot. It's a good little spot.
Have you been to the Lagoon Theater, essentially across the street?
Yeah, I have been actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's- I mean,
I
that's
went and
okay.
saw the Van Gogh movie there. Ooh, yeah.
Is that just
That's
like
that's
an hour long? Just
I'm like,
staring
you're-
at
you're fancy pants.
a one-eared man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. No, the Van Gogh movie. It was actually it's a movie made out of paintings inspired by Van Gogh. Every single
Paintings
fo-
inspired by, so nothing of Van Gogh.
Well,
just,
it was pictures that Van Gogh did, and then they made a movie out of them.
oh,
But like each individual frame
yeah, I
was
curious
a
about that.
painting.
Okay, yeah.
It was cool.
Cool.
Story was boring as
How
hell.
did they
but
do that though? Like,
It was literally 12. You saw 12 different paintings a second, and it took them years. and they did 12. So it's 12 different paintings in Van Gogh style
Yep.
per second.
Yep.
And that's what made the movie.
So it was an artist that painted Van Gogh style,
It was
or
like-
was it actual pictures of Van Gogh paintings?
They had actual pictures of Van Gogh paintings, but he didn't do like enough to make like a film,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So like they, like if it was a man, like they would take the picture of this man in a field, and then they would, these other artists would paint him, the man walking away.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
really cool.
It was really
It was
cool.
essentially
Yep.
so they would animate his paintings.
Basically.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool,
More
cool.
or less.
That's
And,
really cool. Yeah.
Just sucks that it was a shitty date, but that's okay.
Okay. Oh, I went on a date.
Yeah.
Was it your first
I don't
date?
go to, first date ever. Is that normal for
no, yeah,
26?
yeah. 26 was the first day. We held hands. That's why you were so excited in Chicago. I held
mean,
her goddamn hand.
I held her damn
We're
hand.
getting married.
I got the farthest out of anybody with those
Yeah,
Canadians.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so yep.
You're welcome. That's all I have to
Oh,
say.
shut
So-
up! Like
You're welcome.
Oh, like you carried me up the mountain.
No. I, without me, saying hi to these women and saying what's up. I
Oh yeah,
orchestrated the
yeah,
whole-
yeah. Well, that's
was
true.
the-
Okay,
yeah,
you,
yeah.
yes.
I was
yes.
the one. Yeah, they came in. I'm like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Whatever,
yeah,
whatever. So
yeah, you
yeah.
did the cold approach, which was good.
Yeah, it was.
which
yeah.
was good.
So, anyways, great.
Miranda, if you're out there, hello. I held your hand.
Yes, yeah.
in Chicago. What was her name? Was that
Miranda, come
Miranda?
back. I think it was Miranda. Yeah.
Was it Miranda?
No, it was something Ella, Stella,
No.
Sleaze.
Maria?
No.
Marion?
Maria.
We'll think
No,
of
it was like Sleazy Stella. Or remember, it was like some.
No, you're thinking of the other one.
Oh.
The other one, which was
No,
one
she
hit
was the
on
coolest
her.
one. That's the one.
She
that
was
you-
the coolest one.
Yeah, that's when you held hands with.
No, I held the hand
Oh,
with the blonde.
The blonde. Yeah.
yeah,
Shit.
She was second in line.
She was second.
From cool. Then we had the
There
worst
is-
one
there is a
where we
hierarchy
left in a
of-
Chicago bar.
Oh, I love it,
There-
yeah.
So we met these Canadians in Chicago.
Yeah.
Let's talk
about
Memorial Day weekend last
Memorial
year.
Day weekend.
Okay.
Last, yeah.
It was a Thursday night. I think we had Friday off, right? Or was it Friday night?
I thought no, it was Friday night.
It was Friday night. So
Friday
Friday night we
At
closed.
about- We
yeah.
closed down 331.
331 Club, which is an awesome place if you're ever in the cities.
Yep.
Great bands there.
Yeah.
Some shit bands, but
Yep.
great bands.
It's free. That's why it's so
It's
great.
free. There's never a cover.
Yep.
And we end up closing it down at 2:00.
Yeah.
And we're kind of toasty, but
Oh, we're toasty.
I just go, I don't want to go home. I want to go do something.
Let's. Yeah.
And I can't remember who suggested it first.
I want to say it was you. I think
sounds
you-
like something
you were
I
the
would
one that
say.
put it up in the air, and you're like,
Let's
let's
drive to
fucking
Chicago.
Go to Chicago
Right now.
And Wes and myself were like, yeah, okay, whatever. And like I think
I
James
can't believe
was
it got
like,
traction.
like yeah, let's. It again, like all of a sudden, I realized, holy shit, we're all getting. Like clothes,
into
and we're
our
getting ready to
car.
fucking leave at
Jordan-
like 3 a.m. We drive at like 3 a.m. Start like 3:30. Go drive to Chicago.
I just remember, like, I was like, when we decided, and I had to go into my apartment to get my clothes, I was
Yeah.
like, we have a very limited time before we sober up enough to realize we shouldn't do this.
Correct.
So I went sprinting into my
Yeah,
apartment. I was
yeah.
like, these guys have got to be buzzed enough to
Dude,
get
yeah.
out of town. And I just remember running out just drunk with this, with my American flag cowboy hat. I'm like, let's fucking do it.
It was. I'm sorry. I think to this day it was probably one of my most random, but still had the most fun weekend.
I think that was my most memorable trip
That
I've
was
ever
it. Was
taken.
it was just
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
so easy. We had no agenda, nothing.
No
we
plans.
just went. We
Yep.
had a great time,
Yep.
and it was. I think the best thing is like when you go to trips, and this. We'll talk real quick about like our Swedish going to Germany.
Yep.
We said no,
Too much.
and we said no too
Yes.
much, and I know
One was because
Yeah.
it was a
we were
shitty time
so
frame.
tired. Yeah. But what's great about Chicago though was like, yeah, let's do this. Yes, we're gonna go to the Wrigley
had
Field. Yes,
yeah.
we're gonna go this. Yes, like everyone was like cool with like, yeah, cool, let's do that.
Let's fucking do it.
Four
Fuck it.
people were
Yeah.
able just to say, yeah, okay, let's do that. And I
Yeah.
think that was the best thing to happen.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And we were
Great weather
exhausted
too.
the whole
Though.
weekend.
It was like amazing weather.
Yeah, yeah.
It was hot, but still
Yeah.
like, just fucking
So
gorgeous though.
we get to Chicago after leaving Minneapolis at about 3 a.m. It took us an hour just to get everyone ready and in the car. So 3 a.m. and we bring beers with us in the car, and we take off. And we get to Chicago around what time? We got there around like 9:30, 10 in the morning.
no, we
I
got
think.
there around 11.
11. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So 11,
yeah.
and then
I
we realized.
I booked the hotel at like 9.
Yeah, exactly. We're like an hour out, and we're like, we don't know where we're gonna stay.
We're like, where are we gonna go?
Like, we
I'm
reek right now.
I'm in the passenger seat. I'm like, all right, well, looks like we gotta find a
Exactly.
Airbnb.
Yeah, we get this. If you're ever going to Chicago, stay at the Freehand. It's an awesome place. I love it. And then we went to the very first bar we went to at about noon or 1 o'clock was Chris. You had actually suggested this bar.
I did. Well, it was the first bar I saw, and it looked cool. It like you went upstairs.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's just fucking go to
What
this.
kind of a bar was it, Chris?
It was a homosexual bar. So we go up there.
It was a what?
A homosexual.
Okay. Okay. There's a lot of accent there.
It was a gay bar.
It was a gay bar.
It was a gay bar. We go up there, and this is probably what, like 12:30, because we had
Yeah.
to wait to check
Yeah, we
in.
couldn't get into
we
the
couldn't
hotel
go.
yet. Yeah.
And so we're there, and there's literally one dude. All I can feel like I could see was just like his silhouette.
Yeah.
In the
It was
back
such
of
a
the-
dark bar.
It was a dark
Yeah.
bar. It was great. It was cool. It was like super old school. But as soon as we walk in, we saw the flag.
Yep.
We're like, yep, we're at a gay bar.
Yep.
Whatever.
Bears welcome
Yep,
here.
fuck
I think.
yeah.
And they
Yeah,
weren't talking
yeah.
about the Chicago Bears.
Oh no, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Yep. We love the Bears, yeah. But what was cool, I mean, like it was super chill. I mean, growing up in the cities, I don't flinch if I'm at a gay bar. I don't fucking,
Well,
you
I
know,
don't
yeah.
know. Well, most gay bars, especially in the cities, are like
Yeah.
they're straight gay
It's
bars.
yeah.
you know, yeah.
But that dude in the back,
There was a man
straight staring at us.
Stared at us for a
Yeah.
good half
'Cause
hour.
we're
didn't
not
say
ugly
anything.
gentlemen. We're pretty
Do
attractive.
you think he was
so.
checking us out?
I think so. Oh yeah.
I thought he was
yeah.
like, look at these straight motherfuckers from out of town.
maybe
you know?
too, maybe yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's like, yeah.
Because we were talking like we were swiping on Tinder and,
And
like
he's like,
being idiots.
they ain't getting under my ass. You know?
I'm sure that's what he said. Yeah, there you go. There we go.
But so we went there. Our first bar there was a gay bar, but it was super cool.
It was
literally
actually-
like
it
us
was one of
four
the
and then
coolest
the
bars I've
bartender
been
and-
to.
Yeah, it was cool. It was super
like,
old timey.
It's a hole in a wall, but on the second level
Yeah.
in Chicago.
Yep.
I want to go back to Chicago.
Yeah,
now.
it's fun. Yeah.
Reminiscing about this makes me want to go back.
So I met two women at the Frenchie meetup today from Chicago. One was
Give us your
absolutely
opinion
gorgeous.
on meeting people online through your dogs.
Hey, it's a Frenchie meetup. It was fun.
Chris
I
has
met
a
friends.
French bulldog, and he
Yes.
went to a Frenchie meetup.
Yep.
Was it before or after the men's cuddling group you're a part of?
Love it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, which was great though. So, I'm part of it's like French Bulldogs Minnesota, and someone's like, hey, because there's tons, they're like, hey, let's all do like a meetup or whatever.
Frenchie lives matter.
Frenchie Lives Matter, and so then they chose to meet up at Bent Brew Distillery.
Yep.
There's tons of fucking French Bulldogs there. It was awesome. I was like the second bulldog there.
How many was there?
I would say around 20 something. That's a lot.
What's wrong with all you
dude? It's
French
odd. It was
bulldog
funny.
owners?
At one point, I'm like, okay, this is getting a lot.
This is getting weird.
And I felt bad. So
That's
I'm like the
weird.
bartender. I'm like, I wonder how many people are actually drinking. But it all turned out really, really cool. We all took pictures and shit like that. So it was
Okay.
cool. Yeah, it was
you go.
fun.
Do what you do.
Dogs loved it. I had great beers, which was super cool. So
Yeah.
and I met some
Dwight
friends.
thanked you
and
by
some cute
peeing
women.
on his floor.
He's
on your floor.
Yep,
So,
exactly. I'm like, thanks, dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
Which
absolutely.
is great. He's chill now though.
Yeah, he's not fucking
Yeah.
around. No, absolutely. Chris, how was your week?
That was my week.
That was your week?
Yeah.
Was your French
we,
bulldog
We
meetup?
totally. I think had to
we
skip
we
that.
saw the thing
We
on
saw the
Friday.
thing. Went on
dumb,
a date.
dumb movie.
Yeah.
It was funny, but
Yeah.
I thought when you're like, oh, let's go watch the thing at midnight. I was like, oh, okay. I thought we were gonna see the 1950s original.
Oh.
I was expecting black and white.
Oh, interesting.
Not,
okay.
not
yeah.
what was that? Not
the
Kevin
80s.
Bacon. Who was that?
Kevin Bacon.
Who played the main guy?
Kurt
Russell.
Kurt Russell. Yes.
Kurt Russell?
I'm like,
Okay.
Yeah, Kurt Russell.
Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In his fucking prime.
It was not what I was expecting, but it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
So, okay.
So those are our weeks, sir.
Yep.
I'm gonna burn your phone.
Sorry, it's setting something up for tonight.
Flip it over.
We're gonna flip it over. All right, there we go. All right.
We're gonna leave that in
so-
too. chastise them.
Chastise, yeah. All right, well, let's kind of get into beer of the week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Beer
So
of the week.
we have 2 beers, which I'm going to have you take that
This
one.
was your prerogative here.
Yes, yep. So we have 2 great beers. I fucking love coffee beers, coffee stouts, everything.
Yes.
Coffee,
Yes.
dark beers.
We're getting to the end of the season where those are like.
I know, yeah,
tops,
exactly.
you know,
Yep, exactly. So what came out was Kentucky Bourbon Stout, KBS.
Yes.
From Founders. It's
One of my favorite
amazing.
breweries, yeah.
Yeah, and it's the fucking best. It's their breakfast stout aged in bourbon barrels.
It's their breakfast stout
Yeah.
aged in bourbon barrels.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
I didn't know
so
that.
It's
I didn't know that.
KBS Kentucky
Kentucky
Bourbon
Bourbon
Stout.
Stout.
Yeah. So, anyways, so it's their stout brewed, whatever.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so super delicious. Years back, it was in such high demand that you could only buy 1 4-pack, and they were like $20.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Nowadays, now there's so many good breweries around making really good high quality beers that it's really lost its luster, but they still make a damn great.
Well, they talk about when I worked at Great Waters, a brewery in downtown St. Paul.
That
They-
shut down.
It got shut
The
down.
mediocre beer.
But they knew, or they talked about how hard it was to get bourbon barrels because all of the breweries were buying them up.
Interesting. Yeah.
because the
Yeah.
bourbon, I think it was like 2 years ago. Bourbon aged beer was big.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was
Yep.
like the
Yep.
thing for the year.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
It adds a nice little nuance to it. You get that bourbon taste. And it's a little more
Yeah.
boozier.
Yep. I'm
beer.
actually going to disagree with you.
What?
I don't like bourbon aged beers.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a fan. But I'm sorry. Go ahead and keep
No,
going
it's
on
okay.
here.
No,
Yeah.
usually bourbon barrel. You put your stouts in a bourbon barrel and you age it and you soak
Yeah.
up a lot of that flavor, which
It's
is
a
really good.
lot of alcohol.
Yeah,
and
yeah. So,
yeah.
and I think what they do is they have a higher alcohol content so that it I think ages well. I'm actually not sure. So,
I mean, what KBS has? What, probably an 8%, 9?
oh,
You
dude,
think?
it's like a 12% beer.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
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 That's the one thing I don't like. Is like
It's I think I used to when it was in its heyday, or I don't want to say higher alcohol percentage beers,
Yeah.
but I loved these beers and it was super high alcohol, and it's like I would love to enjoy this dense, delicious, super flavorful beer, but it's just so much alcohol content.
Yeah, it knocks
it's like
some
I want to
rats, yeah.
enjoy it. I don't want to get drunk off of one beer, man.
exactly.
Yeah,
I that's what I like about the that Kentucky bourbon ale
Yeah.
that I had brought a
Yeah.
couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
that was super light and great.
It's like 8%.
Yeah.
it's still high.
It's
but
still high, though.
you can get one more in you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. Definitely. Yeah. So I mean, for me, I would say I would rate the KBS this year. I would say about a 4. Yep. Altogether.
It tastes super bourbony.
Yeah,
It's
yep.
super bourbony.
Depends on what you, and
Yeah.
especially what you're into right now. But I would say, from what I had, I would say a solid 4.
I would say so since it smells great. It smells like bourbon.
Yeah.
And then it has like a little hint of coffee in it.
Yeah.
Which is like the only other like taste note you get from it.
You don't get a chocolate stout.
I don't really get much chocolate from it. Honestly.
Okay.
But I would rate this what I do, a 4.6 for my Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah.
I would rate
Yeah.
this a 3.4.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Okay, that's okay.
It's I respect it.
Hurry up, drink that so you can pour that or drink some of that. Yeah.
I,
Or do you just drink it out of the can, right?
I,
All right.
Can I just drink out of the can?
I'm sorry. Yeah, most definitely.
Is
Yeah,
this okay?
yeah, that's all you.
Can I have this?
You definitely, yes.
Can I have the beer you gave me, Chris?
Can I have it, Dad?
Can I have it, Dad?
Can I have it now, Dad? Can I have it now, Dad?
All right.
So that's the first beer. The second beer is from Fulton. I bought a 4-pack.
Fulton is very close to my house.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yep.
I have actually never been to their brewery before.
I don't think you can.
What?
I think it's a room that they brew in. I don't think they actually have a tap room.
I think you can go to Fulton. Yeah.
I don't think they have a tap
No,
room.
we'll have to
I
look
looked
that
it up.
shit that.
I
Oh,
looked
okay,
it up
all
and
right.
I couldn't
Well,
find one.
if anyone, if everyone's like, no, you can go there, let me know.
Just
So-
yell at us in the
So,
Facebook
anyways,
comments.
so this is a 4-pack of their coffee infused beers. So they have 4 different type of beers.
Yes.
That they essentially added coffee to it, and it's fucking delicious. I thought it was just going to be a sampler pack of 4, and then they had like one of their coffee beers, right? But turns out no, they're all coffee infused. They're
Different
stouts.
beers.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yep. They're War and Peas. This one is the coffee Doppelbock.
Which I don't know what a Doppelbock is.
And it's like a, I don't know.
Is it malty?
It's a Bock.
Is it malty
Yeah, it's
beer?
like a maltier
You know?
beer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Caramel,
okay.
usually caramel color.
Yeah, I was gonna say this does have a. That's why I poured it in the glass here. It does have a lighter
Yep.
color.
Yeah, yep.
You're used to seeing these coffee stouts, coffee beers just being black.
Yeah.
you know.
Seriously, yeah.
And that's not the
Like
kind of neighborhood
stouts.
I want to live in.
It's just so dangerous, and I don't know. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right. So, anyways, all right. Awesome. Well, you know what, Andrew? I kind of want to just talk about just the tip. You into that? You into just the tip?
Of the topic.
All right, of the topic. Let's do it. Yeah. First tip of the topic,
You
really.
into just the tip.
Yes, and I don't think it's like newsworthy or headlines, but I think it's something to talk about. And one thing I experienced, especially over the week too, talking about monogamy.
Do you need a hug,
And,
Chris?
oh,
A little
so-
bit.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
No, like dating and kind of what that looks like, and
Sure,
you
sure.
know, I guess what I can
Yep.
kind of describe as far as because I'm single.
You just want to
go on
vent about
dates.
your Tinder dates.
Yeah, right.
Right,
This-
is that it?
The only reason why I'm doing this whole podcast for this so many months is I just want to get to a point where I can gripe about my dates.
Becky, I told you to regret this.
You regret this. Sarah, Becky, Julia, you're all fucked.
You whores.
I'm naming you.
You whores.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Here's their address.
Yes, yeah. Cyberbully their asses.
Fuck.
No, but anyways, so like I go on dates, and I feel like, you know, you go on dating apps, and dating apps are such a social norm now. That
Yeah.
you rarely can like go to a bar and say, "Hi, my name is so and so. Can I get your number?" and blah. I mean, you do that. There are people who do that, and that's totally fine. But I would say social norm nowadays for dating is you are on dating apps, you talk and you get numbers, and then you go out. Like that's, you know,
Sure. Yeah.
you know.
It's much more relaxed.
it's
Style of
convenient,
dating.
it's easy.
It's a
like-
relaxed style of
it's
dating.
a social norm now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So anyways, you know, you talk about like, hey, what are you looking for? Like while you're dating. Do you ever bring up like, hey, what are you looking for?
No, not really.
No?
No.
Because you don't want to know.
Well, it's like I feel like that's just something you'll fill out kind of a little bit. You know?
Yeah. So me, I'm very communicative, and I like being blunt, and I like saying, hey,
Yes.
you know, like, hey, what's up? Like, this is awesome.
I need this defined.
I need this-
I need this
And
defined.
that's not what I.
I'm just
You
joking.
know, I know, but yeah, like, define it. Yeah. Anyways, so what I like to when I'm on dates, right?
Yep.
And first date, I love like super easygoing dating. You know what I mean? I'm not like looking to get into a serious relationship.
I mean,
But
you
I'm
just
also-
didn't blink once the whole time.
Yeah. I really like you, and you're like super pretty. It's like, you're not gonna blink, are you? But no. Anyways, so how I date, right? I tell people like I'm monogamous. Like I like to date monogamously. Like I'm a
Sure.
monogamous person.
I consider that dating.
Dating.
If you're monogamous with someone, you're dating. If
Oh.
you're not monogamous, you're
Yeah.
seeing them.
Okay, yeah, and so
Maybe.
and this is one thing like with dating too, and if anyone wants to like, you know, have their thoughts and whatever, like of course you can email us,
Let
or
us know.
comments, whatever, you know.
Absolutely.
But like for me, I feel like nowadays in the dating world, if you're just dating, like there's like no rules, like you can have sex with anyone you want, no repercussions,
Oh, yep.
nothing. Like
Yep.
I can date as many people as I want, and I can have sex with how many people I want. And everyone
Yeah.
has that freedom to do so. That's totally fine, cool, right?
Yep.
When I'm like dating someone and I like them, I'm like, oh, this is a really good connection, whatever, right?
Sure.
I think I kind of instantly know, like, okay, cool, I want to see this through. I want to go on a second date with this person. I want to, you know, like,
Yeah.
I like this person. I feel like you can kind of get a sense of, if you can get a sense of like, I want to have sex with this person tonight, you can get a pretty good sense of like, oh, I want to get to know this person more. Depending on what your hold on, not intuition, what your intention is.
Sure.
It's all about intent.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're dating,
Yeah.
and your intentions are just to just have fun and not really get serious and not really even think about relationships.
Yep.
Cool. That's fine. Like, and,
Yeah.
and I can set that boundary of like, hey, I'm just gonna.
This is my penis. This is my heart.
This is my penis. This is my gun. Something. Let's have some fun. I don't know.
So dumb.
I don't know. But anyways, So I feel like people should like choose like, like, hey, I'm at a place where I'm dating. Either I just got a relationship.
I don't think you like the type of women that you're kind of driving at, where you're like, oh, let's be more monogamous. I don't know if you find that type of woman on a dating app.
No, see, that's the thing is now, yes, because there's so many people.
I don't know.
Where are you gonna find them?
Out there, somewhere
No.
out there.
Nope.
You're not gonna find them at a bar.
It has
'cause every
become-
girl at the bar is on
Correct.
Tinder.
It's become such a social norm now. People are so busy. Once you put that out there, you're gonna get that back. Like even.
Do you want me to wingman for you at a pumpkin patch? Okay.
Yeah.
Like
All we need to do is go to Target, and I'll just hit on all the
We can
the
go to
people
Target.
working at Target.
Target hires the most beautiful cashiers.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
It's.
It's so dumb. Like,
I'm
can I
glad
help
that
you
we just already know this.
Can I help you
Alright.
stock that?
Yeah.
I'm just stocking toilet paper. Yeah, but I can help you. Just be a creeper.
Sir, no, I'm supposed to help you. No, I can help you. Okay.
Oh, geez, yeah. No, anyways, I like to. I'm at a point now where I'm dating where, of course I'm looking to have fun, but also I'd like to, date with a purpose, like to become more than just fuck buddies.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And just to be physical.
Yep.
I want to get to know someone and go on several dates, right? And so more and more, I will go on dates where I say, hey, I'm a monogamous dater and I only date one person at a time. Some women will respond with, that's awesome, me too. Like, I only want to date one guy at a time.
Yep.
I only want to date one person at a time. I only want to have sex with one person at a time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to...
When are you bringing this up? Is it the second date, first date?
I bring it up naturally if it comes up.
Okay.
Yeah, like, it's weird because, like, sometimes, like... I think, around the first date, I talk about, hey, how's, like, because I always ask
I really like Rocky Road ice cream. Oh yeah, I really like monogamous dating.
Yeah,
monogamous
no.
dating.
It's more like, hey, tell me some crazy stories. Like as far as dating, like what's dating like? What has dating like been for you, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then we start talking about that, and then
Sure.
then we start talking about like normal things, like so what are you looking at? What are you looking for? Whatever, and
Yep.
like the
See, I really don't have that conversation too often.
we get and I don't have any. I think some people too. They have like these taboo topics that you're not supposed to talk about. You're not supposed to talk about your ex. You're not supposed to talk about your breakups, whatever, right? And I'm like, fuck that. Like, you talk about your exes because you learn from it, and like whatever.
If she can't see me cry, then she can't handle
Exactly.
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, I love it. He's super vulnerable. What are you guys talking about? He's just talking about fruit snacks, but
Fruit snacks. yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
not to get into it too
Well,
much.
I think if you're like, hey, I want to be, I can understand having that conversation.
I was recently on a date.
Yes.
We went out. It was pretty good connection. It was really nice, right?
Yep.
And she's like, I'm super excited to date you, and like I told all my friends about you, whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, cool,
Okay.
And we continued to chat more and more and more, right?
Yes.
And she would always like love all the things that I would text her, right?
That whore.
Yeah, no. But then I'm like, no, you know what? I canceled the date because I'm like, no, I'm gonna see that. I want to put my attention to her. So I had another date.
Oh, you
set up.
canceled a different date.
I canceled the date.
Yeah,
because
sure.
I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I want to put my attention to her. And
Yeah.
someone respond like really well to that. They're like, oh man, that makes me feel special. Like he's just gonna, focus on me and whatever.
Yeah.
And for me, how I look at it is, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna focus on you.
Did
like
you
super light.
Did you tell her that you had canceled a date?
No, I didn't tell her that. No, I said,
Okay.
hey, I'm super excited, for our next date, because she was saying, I'm really excited to see you, And I'm like, yeah, me too. I'm like, hey, just for communication's sake, I just letting you know that I'm just gonna date you. I'm not gonna date anyone else. And then she was like, well, that's a lot of pressure. And I'm like, oh, really? I'm like,
I think it leads to how many dates had you gone on before that?
we had one, and we became
date.
physical after that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it was awesome.
Okay.
But
But okay, so
and it's not like I'm like I love you. It's like that's the thing. It's
well,
like
that might have been how she might have taken
and
it.
that's
though.
so lame and shit. I'm like, but I like we've already had a great
It's like-
conversation, talked.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing: is like I feel like I get met with, oh, awesome, cool. That I want to meet someone that I only want to date one person, right? I only want to date this person, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine. Yeah. There are other times where I'll say like, hey, I'm a monogamous dater, and they're like, well, what does that even mean? And like they'll say, nope, I want to date whoever I want, whenever I want,
Sure.
and I'm like, and for me, I think what it all boils down to is, I'm sorry, I
Well-
don't want to have sex with you if you just had sex with a dude last night. I'm sorry, like, right, like, I'm sorry, like, I don't
You're
like that.
basically touching penises.
I mean, no, but I mean, there is a what do you call it? A not a response, but like health reasons to that too.
I mean, it's. I guess I was kind of going at this as monogamy as a whole on the society. No, you don't want to be, I would hate to say sloppy seconds. That's kind of what you're trying to avoid. You're trying to avoid.
Do these
sloppy
women not
seconds, yeah.
understand that? And like,
What if you always knew you would go first, though?
what?
Would that be an issue?
What do you mean?
Like, yeah, I'm seeing this other guy, but I will always, you'll get it first, and then the guy get it second.
Oh yeah, no. I
That
mean,
change it?
No, and I think here's the difference too is like, if I'm at a place where I'm dating someone,
Yeah.
and I'm not really looking for relationship, whatever,
I just don't think
like, I
you
don't
find that kind of stuff on a line.
on a line.
Online.
Yeah.
I don't think you like. I don't know, and I don't know
Yeah.
the intricacies.
Intricacies. Yep.
Oh my god.
Intrinsics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Of the the talk back and forth.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
It's one of those things where it's like
modern people these days. How old was she?
She was like around my age. She was like 32.
32?
Yeah. And I think what happened was, I think maybe she got over long-term relationship, and she's like super excited and whatever. And we just had like different things, and she's like, hey, just because I told her, I'm like, hey, listen, like if I'm meeting someone, and I think this is a great example. Is I will meet a smoker, right? Like I will meet
Yep.
someone, right? And I say, hey, I'm not a smoker, but I'm never going to tell you to quit smoking.
Okay.
I'm going to let you know that I'm not comfortable with smoking. And
Okay.
if the woman's like, yeah, I'm quitting, right? Well, I'm like, well, listen, I'm not going to tell you to change to date me.
Yep.
Right. But I'm going to let you know though, like, hey, I'm letting you know what I'm comfortable with. So, and you can decide what you want to do with that information.
You want to quit smoking to date me? Is that what
What?
you're saying?
No, I'm just saying, like, because some people they're like, I'm smoking or I'm quitting smoking, right?
Oh, everyone says that. Every
no,
smoker in the world is saying that.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna quit
Yeah.
in a month.
But I mean, so
Okay.
what I'm saying though is, I'm letting you know, hey, I have these boundaries.
Yep.
Now I communicated them to you.
Yes.
Like honestly, and like I'm letting you know what I'm okay with. So now you decide if you're like cool, yeah, I'm totally cool with this, and like.
I
You know,
think-
it's almost like saying, "Hey, I'm letting you know that I'm not cool with cheating,"
Well,
and or I don't know.
I mean, well, that's kind of what you're saying. Is like I don't want like if you're with someone else, I would feel like you're cheating because I'm not doing that.
And I told her, I'm like,
Yes.
I'm not going to tell you to be monogamous.
Yeah.
I'm letting you know that that if
I'm
you-
not
if-
going to see anyone else while we are seeing each other.
And what I said, and I also said, I'm like, hey, and I didn't even mean to, we like this just totally came up. It wasn't like hey, I need to talk to you about something. I need to bring this up.
No,
It was,
no.
yeah.
And
so
I don't
it-
want
it-
to feel like you're getting put in a box or anything.
It turned into. I'm like, yeah, I'll be honest. Like, and I asked her the question too. I'm like, are you okay with me sleeping with someone Saturday night, having sex, and then seeing you Sunday and having sex with you?
On a second, okay.
And I'm like,
Well, yeah. I mean, no. Well, that's a question.
No one wants to
that's like
talk
it's a
about that,
rhetorical
like-
question.
yeah,
almost.
no, but I
Like,
mean,
of
but
course
it-
they don't.
well, but that's the thing is like, but why? Then how can you expect that from me? Like, I don't know. Like, it's kind of a weird thing.
Well, you just have to get with someone else the day before you get with her. Then
There you
Then
go.
you're
Yeah, how
on
do you
even
yeah.
planes? Okay.
Yeah. It's
All
cool
right.
because I already did it.
Well, the
so-
whole thing is like dating today. It's all about fun. It's all about having fun. It's all about conversations.
Yeah.
There,
That's why I love
there's-
dating
there-
because it's super fun, easy, and
well,
you know,
yeah,
you
but
get to know
they don't
someone.
want to put the weight to it in any way.
Yeah.
Like I feel like people have the monogamous conversation after like a month. You know?
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I think. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want
You know?
I don't want like even after like the second or third date, I don't want you having sex with someone else like a couple days before me and then doing me and then going back to someone else having sex with them and then with me. It's like And
Just
like,
wrap it up.
And you know what would suck though is like, let's say I'm like trying to like not have sex with this person, like,
Yeah.
you know, like I think some people wait, you know, like
Yeah.
if they really like someone,
Yeah.
especially women, they will wait.
Yep.
If especially like they're like, Chris, I really like you, I want to wait.
Dudes like it when you do that, by the way.
Yeah, they do. No, we
They do.
we'll
Yep.
respect that. And that's great. But what would be shitty is if I waited like let's say a couple weeks and you're banging some other dude while I'm getting to know you, like
In that specific
people
yeah.
though, you know, like come on,
Yeah.
like I want to hear what your like opinions are about that because I feel like no one wants that.
No.
But why do people do it and they allow that and
easy.
like and they're not and it's like why don't you own up and be like okay yeah I won't do that, I don't want to do that. You
We're
know,
a very fun centric society
I'm like,
right
and
now.
so for me, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking communicate that to you. I'm open and honest. Like, who doesn't fucking want that? I'm sorry, like you know. But, anyways, yeah.
All right.
Hashtag communication. That's what I'm all about. And I think
Yep.
some people aren't like. I don't think they're. I don't think
They're
they're
ready.
well, not ready, but yeah, I don't think they're used to someone that is that blunt and honest and about boundaries and also. I don't know because it's like, hey, there's no pressure.
Well,
but
I
I'm just
think
saying,
it's
like,
I think it's just generally over. You know, I think it's where you're looking. Okay, it's where you're looking.
so you're thinking
you're not even on like the fancy, you know, Bumble dating
Hinge,
apps.
Bumble.
It's still the same. You know, it's in the end, it's still the same. You know, thing you're doing. You know, you don't create a real rapport with someone by texting and then going and getting a beer with somebody. You know.
so why not? Like that's like the safest way of
It's
meeting
the
a guy,
safest
especially
way
now.
of like getting an
nowadays.
idea of someone, but you don't know them.
Well, that's why
like-
you go on dates.
Well, you don't know someone. It takes apparently it takes 2 years before you actually know a
Oh,
person.
yeah, well,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like to actually know a person. I just think it's I don't put those kind of dates in high regards. I don't
yeah,
know.
no, I get
don't
that.
know.
Yeah,
It's not like they're not people. I just
No,
think it's,
yeah, yeah.
it's the caliber.
it's just it's one of those things where and like I even like wrote down like for me I'm considered a serial like I'm into serial monogamy. Monogamy is basically the form of relationship in which like an individual has only one partner for their whole lifetime.
Yeah.
Which that's not you know the case at all because people have divorces whatever. I don't
Yep.
believe that at all. Mine's alternately. Jesus, I couldn't say that.
Alternatively?
is basically one. I'm into one person at any like one time. You know,
Every other day.
every other day. Yes.
Yep.
No, but that's you know, and I don't think people are.
No, I know what you're saying.
I don't think
Yeah.
most people really talk about that like you know in the way that.
I just don't think that's where society is anymore.
Yeah,
like
okay.
I think that's like it's a good thing to go towards. It's how you know we should treat relationships seriously.
I want quality. I don't want
yeah,
quantity.
what you're talking about is taking a relationship seriously.
Yeah.
and people aren't taking them as seriously.
Well, and like I remember talking to this person, and I'm like, just because I'm talking about monogamy doesn't mean that you have to feel constrained. I'm still talking about no pressure.
Yeah, I know my mascara is running.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean. Like it's almost like just because I'm letting you know that hey, I'm only gonna date one person. Why is there a weight to that? I'm literally just saying yeah, I'm only dating you, but this is gonna be fun while we're doing it. Like I don't get.
If you weren't wanting to ask her to do the same thing, then you probably wouldn't bring it up.
Okay. Yeah.
You're wanting her to do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
that's the thing. You
But-
want her to be like mutual with you.
I don't want
It's an
my
import-
partner to smoke, but I'm not
Well,
gonna
yeah,
make
it's
her
an
to.
important thing to you. It's an important thing to a relationship,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
what you're doing. You're
Yeah.
going and seeing what a
Letting-
relationship
yep,
would look like.
letting them know.
But a lot of women, it's serial dating. You know, have we've seen women like on the other side of their apps, and it's hundreds of likes, hundreds of
Dude,
messages.
so many dudes.
It's fucking insane.
And it's almost like there's so many dudes who get like fucking clingy as shit.
Yeah.
I'm like
Well,
I'm not jealous. I'm not fucking
no.
clingy. I secure as shit.
the thing is
yeah,
these dating apps have got to do something to your brain. When you have 100 people wanting to fuck you,
Yeah,
you know,
totally.
like that's gonna
How does
change
that
the way
fuck- yeah,
you look
yeah,
at
yeah.
dating in
Yeah,
general.
seriously.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
It's like the whole thing is like those 1970s fucking dating shows, you know.
Oh,
Where
the,
mystery caller number one.
Yeah, I love
you
it. Yeah,
know, or
yeah,
fucking
that's funny.
shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, that was my little just a tip.
That was good though.
You know,
I
mean,
I enjoyed that.
It's just one of those things where it's like it's
Tip of the top.
Tip of the top. Let's just play just the
and
tip.
the topic was your tip.
Just the tip of my heart. Was that good?
Well, we're just gonna ramble off the other two tips
There we
really
go.
quick
Yes,
because that
all
went
right.
on long.
Yes, yeah.
Tiger Woods, won his.
Guess who's back?
He's back wearing the red shirt. He won.
Guess who's back? Tiger.
It's been 11 years
11
since his
years.
last one.
Oh, I thought you
Masters.
were going to say 11 years since his last infidelity.
Probably. Yeah, I think that was the last time he was married. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he won the Masters over the weekend, which is congratulations to Tiger Woods there.
Congratulations.
And then there was also the very first picture of a black hole.
Yes. Yeah.
Very first picture.
Very first picture proof of the black hole.
It was only theorized until this week.
Correct. Yeah.
We
yeah.
didn't know black
Yeah.
holes existed. We thought they did.
We thought they did, but now there
exist.
is proof that we've seen pictures at least. Yeah.
Just insane.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
I love all the memes, I'll be honest, of the black hole, and then they zoom out to where it's a blunt of Snoop Dogg. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Funny.
no, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
We're making some discoveries. We're making some discoveries.
I love
you know?
it so
It's
much.
cool.
And even when we were talking about like existentialism and like how
Yeah.
our view of the universe and all
Yep.
that, it's crazy. It's awesome. I love it. It took I don't know how many. Probably should have this on hand. Actual facts. when we bring things up,
It
but
took like eight telescopes all around the globe.
Yeah, yeah. That's
there
cool.
had to, like everyone's sky had to be clear at the same time
Yeah.
and shit. Like
this-
much shit had
This
to go right.
is what I heard too. Is it was this one woman's algorithm or her equation
Yeah,
that
I don't know
you know,
what her
yeah,
role was.
so, yeah.
I'm assuming it's
role is there
science
just-
women, science women.
I love it.
Okay.
Just you're just supposed to stand there and look pretty.
Exactly.
Can you wear those nerdy glasses one more time?
Yeah.
That's so bad. Dumb.
There we
Yeah.
go.
But yeah, anyways, so I thought that was kind of cool. So let's get into. So that's just very very brief. Just the tips.
Just the tip.
Of course, mine was longer, of course, but
No, it was.
I'm waiting for you
Okay.
to.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck me. Okay. All right.
waiting,
That was so,
and the
it was the
opportunity
view.
was there.
It was the look you gave me. You literally like, I'm surprised your neck's okay.
Yeah,
All right. You're like,
fuck.
do you see what I did there?
You
Andrew?
see what I did
Do
there?
you see what I did there?
Dad, look.
Okay.
All right.
Let's
get into the main topics here.
kind of our main topics here. We have two of them this
Yeah.
week.
Yep. Yep.
Starting off with something that's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
Julian Assange got arrested.
Yeah.
Over I think it was Thursday, if I'm not
Yep,
mistaken.
I believe so. Yep.
From the Ecuadorian embassy.
Ecuador, and he was hauled off to jail.
There you go. Chris, you should be a reporter.
Yes. Like, why is he always reporting the news with like an accent?
With an accent.
In today's news, hauled off to jail. So the big stories, I think, just they were able to extradite him.
Yeah.
The Ecuadorian. I don't know if like they were just like, I'm sick of your shit. Get out of here.
Well, that was
know?
kind of what they had said. So they said he was just being indignant. He wasn't cleaning up after his cat and shit.
Okay.
He was stealing Wi-Fi. But the thing is he's
this
been
man?
in a building for 7 years. He has not left this building in 7 years.
Just think of like the
How do you not
DoorDash
go
fees.
insane?
How do you get the DoorDash fees?
Well, yeah.
He looks unhealthy with his beard
He
and all
didn't
that.
even look that bad a year
Yeah, I know.
ago.
Yeah,
he looked
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
He spent 7 years in a self-imposed prison.
That's like isolationism or isolation.
How do you not go absolutely insane?
I'm curious. Has he had sex? I mean, like he doesn't look like he's had.
Actually,
Like, what other woman would
Pamela
want-
Anderson.
What?
He fucked Pamela Anderson.
When though?
Pamela
ago.
Anderson were like a thing.
Within the last 2 years?
I don't know. But I know that Pamela Anderson and Pamela Anderson and him used to be a thing.
Dang.
Dude, you're like he's like the fugitive outlaw of the world.
Yeah.
He's gonna get some tail.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
He's
yeah.
gonna get some people.
You know, I
okay?
exposed a lot of shit. Oh my god, we exposed these breasts.
There you go. Okay. Yep, there you go. Yep. Yep. Yeah. So it's really, I feel really sad. We were in London. I didn't even think to go to the embassy. I could have gone to the embassy when we were in London. I didn't even think I was mad at myself about that.
Yeah.
We did so much shit in London. So I don't know how much you guys know about Julian Assange. He is the mastermind behind WikiLeaks, which is a news organization, or it's a website that when they receive classified documentation, they just release it without any filter.
Was it 2010?
Raw documentations. Yeah, it was. I think it was 2010.
Yeah.
Yes. Their big claim to fame was a document dump of emails they received from, at the time, Bradley Manning. So Bradley Manning, now Chelsea Manning, had access to these computers during the Iraq War, and basically shared, I think it was 700,000 documents with WikiLeaks.
It was a crazy amount. Yeah.
Insane.
Videos,
Yes.
documents.
And the big thing is it showed basically the United States committing what would be war crimes.
Yeah.
The shooting of journalists in the streets of Iraq.
Yep.
And I think we were watching it. One was a school bus.
Yeah.
Didn't the guy say, "Oh, you shouldn't have brought children to a war zone"?
Yeah, something like that.
The war zone is their home.
Yeah, I
So-
know. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck do you do? You know?
Yeah, I just remember, especially I was what, 20 years old then, 19 years old.
Yep.
I just remember
a
when
young buck.
I was young as hell.
So much thinner.
I was actually. Yeah. I was like 18. 2010, I was graduating high school, and I remember when that came out, and it made people care about the war in Iraq. I'm like, no one gives a fuck. Now that Obama was in office, like the left didn't give a fuck about the war because it's their war now, you know?
No, that's your perception, but yes.
No one gave a fuck about the war. And no one gives a fuck about the war now. But
What war? It's done.
Well, exactly. Yeah, that's a lot of people think.
Yeah.
WikiLeaks made people care about the war, made people question our most sacred part, which is our military.
I think it just exposed what was really happening, and I think that gave a better view of, I guess, how shitty war is. When we were watching that video, and they were I forget her name, she was interviewing
Chelsea Manning.
Chelsea Manning.
Yep.
She was basically like, hey, this is my duty to essentially.
I have a duty to the public.
I have a duty to the
Yes.
public to
Yeah.
show them
Yeah.
this. And I think it's super interesting is that line between being a whistleblower and what do you call it?
A traitor.
A traitor to your
Yeah,
country.
yeah. Well, she was probably a little bit of both. Honestly, well, the thing is what I like a lot is that what WikiLeaks did, they didn't write an article about it. They didn't, create a vlog about it. They just released the raw information.
I dig that.
How many times have we complained about how hard it is
Seriously.
to find the raw information?
Yeah.
I was watching Fox News, and this is not just because, it's Fox News. It's literally everybody.
Yeah.
When the DNC emails got leaked, there was an MSNBC report that literally said, do not go find these documents. It's illegal for you to do so. The way you hear about it is through us. They actually said that.
Wow.
There is nothing in the Constitution that says that a news organization, a reporter, has special rights.
Correct.
Compared to a general person. We all have freedom of speech. We all have freedom of information.
Our news stations are filtered.
Yeah.
Filters.
Well, and the thing is, it's like they receive this, classified information, and the thing is they work with the State Department to either retract names, omit, certain aspects of the things there, of the actions. It is absolutely filtered and through our government as well.
Did you ever watch the movie Good Morning Vietnam?
No.
Dude, okay,
I've only seen pieces.
It is such a great movie. It is a Robin Williams.
Yep.
Stars in
Yep.
it. And,
Good morning,
Vietnam. Yeah. And Forrest Whitaker's in it too. I love him. He's such a great character.
Okay.
But anyways, so this. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because Robin Williams, he's in Vietnam.
Yep.
And he has, of course, daily news and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff, before he gets it, they have people in the back essentially edit
Correct.
it,
Yeah,
and
okay,
black
okay.
things out. He got one that wasn't
Okay.
He went around because apparently there was a bombing. I think there was a bombing and civilians or something like that, right?
Sure,
But he wasn't supposed to
sure.
say it.
Yep.
So he had the page, and he's like, apparently there was this bombing, but I can neither confirm it. But there was a bombing, and there was 300,000 deaths. And like he was saying it.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
super pissed that he was saying it on the air. He
Sure.
was reading just the non-redacted.
Yeah, yeah.
And and so
The thing
it's
is
super interesting.
the government will forever cover its own ass. You know, it absolutely will, because why wouldn't it? No one's going to tell them not to. You know, like the information they don't want out there, there's no reason to have it go out there.
Yeah.
You know, is the thing. It's up to us to find it, and we need to feel like we are separate. We need to feel like we are separate from the government. You know, Americans are not the American government. We are civilians. We are, individuals. The government serves us. We do not have a duty to
not how it
the
is.
government. We don't have a duty to the government. The government has a duty to us.
Yeah.
And that's if the government loses information, or if information gets leaked, the responsibilities of citizens to its government are zero.
Yeah.
But our news cycles are treating it like they still have a responsibility to the government. No, the government fucked up. They allowed this information out. It's in the public. We should have it. It should be disseminated.
Yeah.
We should be actively trying to get every amount of information we can possibly have, because these terrible acts that have been shown through, Bradley Manning, a lot of these other leaks here, it's horrible things that none of us would be okay with. Not one person would sign off on.
Yeah.
And it's being done in our name.
So what would happen if, like, let's say NBC or CNBC or CNN and Fox News, all that, like, what if you notice, they don't ever shake the system, they don't ever find out stuff. I mean, like, I think something within that helps the narrative of certain agendas or to take down political parties and stuff like that. But really, though, I don't know.
When was the last time you heard a government official say, "Oh, that news organization shouldn't talk about that"?
Yeah,
they never do.
Yeah.
They never do. They might say, "Oh, we shouldn't focus on that," and things like that. But the core information is never argued against. It's never quieted, because the information that they don't want out there has already been quieted.
Yeah. No, yeah. One thing I wanted to bring up, because I think we were like kind of before this, we were kind of like disagreeing or whatever. As far as we were talking about Julian Assange. He used to be a hacker, and that's what he's being charged with.
He was never a hacker.
He hacked.
He had hacked.
That makes
when
you
he was
a hacker.
16. I watched like 20 videos on him. He had hacked the United States military database when he was 16 in Australia on a Commodore 86 computer, or Commodore 64. Commodore 64.
Yeah.
I'm like, first of all, how
Rich
the fuck
ass
did he
parents.
do that? Like, how do they have the internet?
We got
then?
you a computer, and then boom, he's got it. I was like, okay, shit, smart little shit.
Yeah. And hacking back then probably couldn't have been that hard. But the whole thing is so the reason why he's been arrested, it was the reason why
Is
the
because
British
he set up, helped. He was WikiLeaks essentially.
Well. This is the official story. It was he was arrested by British police because he skipped British bail terms. Yes. He was supposed to be extradited to Sweden because of quote unquote
sexual assault.
Sexual assault.
Which
charges
they
against
said they
him.
dropped it, but I heard they were trying to maybe.
I heard there was ambiguity there, but the whole thing is if you know WikiLeaks at all, you always have to keep in the back of your mind, hey, they're getting at an angle, they're just going for an angle right now. What better way to demonize someone than to say he raped somebody,
Well, no,
that's like, how do you
he
take
could have, he
any
does
kind
kind of, I mean, like, I hate to judge a
he
book by
puts
a
off
cover.
that rape vibe.
He's got a rapey face.
He does. Well, he looks like a Bond villain, which a lot of people have been saying.
But so anyways,
he was arrested in London because he had skipped bail for the extradition process to go to Sweden to face charges. Now he is being brought to the United States, basically under. They're saying that. I don't think it was him specifically, but WikiLeaks in general helped Bradley Manning break a password in a computer. So when when he was accessing the documents, it looked like someone else was doing it.
But it sounded like Manning was already had access to that.
Well, the whole thing
But-
was the reason why Manning had access for so long was because they were using different usernames.
Yeah, they couldn't find
Yes,
out
they didn't. It
who
wasn't
had-
Bradley Manning at
No,
gmail.com.
yeah.
It
Also,
was.
you're saying Manning had access and shouldn't have. I thought maybe.
No. So they did have access. They used someone else's access though, so he couldn't be found.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he couldn't be found. Yeah. So, and that's the whole thing. That's the whole reason why he's being extradited. It's not that he had released this information.
I'm gonna stop it. He or she.
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about Julian Assange.
Okay.
Julian Assange. It's not about Julian Assange. I know. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
It's not that Julian Assange. It's not that they're not bringing him over here because to quote unquote charge him for releasing this classified information.
Yep.
It's about him breaking into or assisting in breaking into government computers.
Correct.
Which is very. I don't. It's an angle I feel.
Well, I mean, it sounds like. Well, here's the thing: is if you is still an accomplice, even let's say like it sounds like he was the mastermind,
Yep.
and then encouraged Manning to
He found
continue.
he
found his source.
Yes,
and he
yeah.
pushed the source to get more stuff. So
Yeah.
even though he didn't do anything, but he assisted a suicide.
Well,
Just
yeah. Well,
like- like, I mean,
what's the
you
word
know.
when they're like easy to suggestion?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So Bradley Manning was easily suggested into doing something.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
Yeah. So impressionable.
But the thing is, I mean, it's nothing worse than anyone else was doing. You know, to get information.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
He was just to encourage someone breaking the law. I guess you would maybe be an accomplice a little bit.
Yeah.
But the fact that they got this information and it showed terrible things that were going on halfway around the world that no one knew about in the United States,
Yeah.
that is a public service in my mind.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is Julian Assange is not an
especially
American.
If, especially like here's the thing is, and we're talking about that line, the gray area
Yeah.
between, exposing things to help
News
America,
and-
whatever.
Oh, yep.
You know, and I feel like that's what it's like.
Is
I think
the American
it is-
government interest the people's interest?
Yeah. Well, I
Right.
mean,
I
if
think
you're
that's
trying
where
to
it comes down to.
expose, if I see like innocent killings, they're like, yeah, fuck that, like that's like a part of it. You know, I don't know. Like, I think maybe I would. It's just It's what's hard is when you are in, let's say, the army, the police, the whatever, right?
Yeah.
You sign up to be like this brotherhood, and
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's almost like you the secrets that you take. And then sometimes when you're in it, you're like, "Fuck, I don't know. This isn't me. I can't do this." And you're like, "Someone's got to know about this."
Well, I think Bradley Manning was just fucked up. You know,
and probably
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
they're just
Yeah,
fucked
yeah.
up, fucked in the head.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I see it. And they found a fucked in the head person that they gave a purpose to.
Cool.
They found someone. That needed
And
a
you can
calling.
tell because like even her interviewer, she's like, "Yeah, why do you join?" They're like, "I don't, my grandparents did it, and like I just felt like I could just maybe do something."
Yeah, and that's.
feel like
Can
it
we
could be a
talk
part of
about how hard it is to talk about a news story where the person changed sexes in the middle of it?
It's hard. Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Yeah, yeah.
He, she, her, him,
Yeah,
him. Yep,
yeah.
yep.
But no, that's
good lord.
transitioning. But yeah.
Yeah. So, well, that's the whole thing, and I think if you were given documentation, do you have some kind of? Can the government force you to be silent with information that you've been giving? If someone walks down the street and says, "Hey, aliens in Area 51," and they know that, and you can the government, force you to keep quiet about that information?
I mean, I assume there's probably a lot of information where
Guy flashes
hold
a
people.
badge. I'm FBI. I've seen the aliens in Area 51. And takes off.
Fuck yeah.
And
I'm sure
let's
there's plenty of
say
people
he
that
gives
has
you
happened.
proof. He gives you proof of it.
Yeah.
Do you have to turn that into the government and just zip lips?
Well, I think you're going to be forced.
Well, that's. I think that's the issue. Is why are we forcing these people with information? It's the
Well, we're
government's
not.
job to
It's
keep this information quiet. Once they fuck up,
Oh.
we have no. There's nothing that holds us responsible to our government to keep that information quiet. And I would say that's my biggest concern because basically they're saying is they can control the information that's being released to us. They didn't like the avenues that information from what the government was doing, at the time. They didn't like the way it was done.
Yeah.
And they are literally bringing in someone I consider a journalist, not in the traditional sense, but a journalist, an informationist.
And so and you're saying like it's our attack on journalism and freedom.
It's an attack on
to be.
journalism, yeah. And the thing is you look, they're holding up these posters, and it's Julian Assange with the American flag covering his face, like covering his mouth, like silencing.
Yeah.
Why are we putting that out into the world? Obviously, we need to do something. He's been in an Ecuadorian embassy for 7 years.
Ecuador.
Yeah, we should pardon him in whatever aspect of it.
Didn't Obama wasn't he do that? Or I thought did he pardon Manning or
Yeah, Obama pardoned Manning. Yes.
Obama
yes.
pardoned Manning.
Yes. Yeah, which is
That's
fine
big.
with me. Yeah, that's okay with
So
me.
then what's the difference between Manning, even though it did the actual dirty work,
Manning's a U.S. citizen.
and
Julian Assange is Australian. Oh, so he's not American.
so
yeah.
oh,
that
that's
does add a
huge.
whole
That's
another layer to
international,
it.
dude. That's
Well, that's
I
another
don't know
layer to
why
it.
that totally that fucks up, man. Because he just so basically he fucked up America.
Well, they say that WikiLeaks has too strong of an eye towards American politics, but it doesn't matter. The thing is he gave the
You're saying
information
the truth
to
is
the
truth is
public.
the truth or whatever,
Yes,
right?
the truth is truth is truth. Regardless of if it was American or Australian, that had disseminated the information, we should be happy that we were given direct information from our government's doings, what they are doing on our behalf in another country. But I think we'll let that rest there. There's been plenty of news about it.
Yeah.
Honestly, in looking at what what WikiLeaks had released, they have not played as vital a role as I thought they had.
Okay.
The 2010, they had
Elections, that was big.
Well, the Hillary Clinton elections was big. How they tried to screw over Bernie Sanders, that was
Yeah.
big.
Yep.
But
So,
they've
so-
had like two like shining spots in their history.
I just want to say
you
that
know.
that information was essentially exposed them wanting to take
Fucked
Bernie
her
Sanders
up.
away.
Fucked her
Like,
up.
yeah.
Shit.
And
Yeah.
so like that's a big thing. I don't think a lot of people know about.
No. Yeah. Well, it's like, who cares? All right. Yeah. I think that kind of ties it up, though.
Yep.
I could talk about WikiLeaks all day. It makes me sad that we are extraditing him. But the thing is it allows us to give clarification on the case. It's going to be done in court. We can do it right, and if he gets exonerated, fuck yeah, perfect.
Do you think? I mean,
The thing is you have. It's not that you
he's
don't.
from a different country,
Yeah.
and he exposed America. I mean, well, I think I hate to extend this. I'm sorry.
There was literally
Manning
people
is one who
calling
did it.
for his
He's-
assassination.
That's
Government
yeah.
officials
Oh,
were calling for his assassination.
Yeah.
They considered him a threat to American lives.
Yeah.
I
mean,
Bradley Manning released names of people.
Yeah.
Informants. He had put Iraqis that were informing the United States lives on the line.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
families.
That's real
in
serious shit.
terrible shit.
Yep.
And we were watching it, a CNN interview with now Chelsea Manning.
Yep.
We'll just call her Manning.
Manning.
So, interview with Manning, and Manning says, I was the expert on these things. I was, I'd be the one that would disseminate, I didn't put anyone at risk. I knew the issues. You release 700,000 documents. There's no way a single person,
Correct.
regardless of time,
Yeah.
would be able to make that.
It's one of those like click, drag, boom.
Oh
kinds.
yeah, fuck yeah,
yeah.
It's just that it's
I'm
a
gonna
ridiculous
fuck some shit
thing.
Up. I'm super excited.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
having a mental breakdown, and the whole world's gonna know,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like that's literally what I see it as. I'm like, Bradley Manning, I think, is, if you're gonna call anyone a traitor, which I don't. I'm happy we got this information because
but that's the thing, though.
we
is
need this
you're
information.
Happy, then you can't chastise her from.
But Manning is a traitor in every sense of the word.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
And
I can't. That doesn't mean you can't be happy that a traitor exists.
Yeah.
But to put people's lives on the line like that, there is real
That's
world
the
implications.
decision that you make.
Yeah, Yeah.
That's
if,
the decision you
if I
make.
could decide whether or not it occurs, I would say, yeah, have it occur, you know,
yeah.
because we need that information because we can only improve the way we, push our influence around the world. We need to know the brass tacks of what's actually going on.
Yeah.
You know,
Brass tacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could it have been done a different way? Maybe. I don't know. I doubt it because I think more shit like that would come to light.
Curious, like I think what the question you have to make beside after we need to get away from this, but like the question is like, how much did WikiLeaks damage and affect how we view?
I'm sure we had to
things.
fly some people out real quick. You know, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
You know, I think we had to get some people out of there real quick. And that was about it. So I don't think we'll ever really know.
No.
But
Yeah.
you know, it's not like we lost the war in Iraq because we're still there.
Yep. No, man, we won. We won the war.
God, dude.
All right. So
All right. So
change. A little shift here.
yeah, we have one last little topic here.
Correct.
My representative Ilhan Omar has been making the news rounds
Some
again.
backlash.
All right.
Yep.
A little interesting topics these days.
Yes.
Oh, Chris. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were going to continue. I'm sorry.
No, no, no,
It
so,
sounds like you were driving the show, so driving the ship. So.
Okay, so yeah, Ilhan Omar has gotten the reason why this really got big, I think, was President Trump had tweeted a kind of an incendiary.
It was a video. It was spliced up. It was an edited video.
Yeah, yeah.
Of what she said at what?
It was a CAIR conference, CAIR.
Yep.
Which
what was this like a couple months ago?
it looked
I
like
don't
a
even
couple
know.
months ago.
Or a
Yeah.
year.
So
10 years
CAIR,
ago.
which is the Council on American Islamic Relations.
Yep.
They had Ilhan Omar as a guest speaker there, and she had referred to 9/11 as "quote unquote" some people did something. You know,
It was out of context, but yes, that is what she said.
I don't think it was out of context. Like she was talking about it. It was just spliced into horrible images of the 9/11 terrorist attack. The video that President Trump had tweeted out there.
Yeah.
And what Nancy, we actually received a response in regards to this from Nancy Pelosi, who had said, quote, "At Real Donald Trump, dangerous video must be taken down. I have spoken with the Sergeant at Arms to ensure the Capitol Police are conducting a security assessment to safeguard Rep. Ilhan Omar, her family, and her staff. They will continue to monitor and address the threats she faces." So they're saying that because he had posted this video of what she had said, kind of being offhanded about the 9/11 attacks.
It's way incendiary. I see it
incendiary,
as way incendiary. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is, she was addressing a room full of Muslims. She can't say these Muslim terrorists, you know, like because it would be too much of a connection to the room. It was a downplaying, but I don't think it was a downplaying of the attacks. It was a downplaying of the people's connection in that room to the terrorist attacks. That's really how I see it. You know, obviously not all Muslims are bad, because if all Muslims are bad, we would have a fucking war of a lifetime. Look, there's a lot of them.
So, and like I was talking previously too, I don't see her as specifically choosing these words that someone did something, right? I think it was a way. All she did was just say. Actually, do you have the clip for us?
Well, okay. So, this is different here. Actually,
I'm sorry. Okay. Well, anyways, let me finish then. So she said, what did she say? Someone.
Some people did something.
Some people did something, right?
Yes.
And so when you watch the video, she is talking about all of this shit, and she was just saying, like, just because someone.
She was talking about Islamic rights in the United States.
Yes, exactly.
Or Muslims' civil rights in the United States.
Correct, yes.
Civil liberties. Yeah.
And I think she didn't specifically say this just as of like, well, we don't know who did it, right? It was more of like she didn't want to associate herself with these Muslim extremists. So that's how I take it. And it's like, after hearing that, her saying that, watching this video, I'm like, wait a second, no, she's not downplaying it at all.
Yeah, she was downplaying the relationship. I
no,
think.
I see that. So what I saw, I don't see her downplaying the relationship. I see her trying to distance herself between her as a Muslim and with these
No,
attackers
that's what I'm
in
saying.
9/11.
Like she's not wanting to say the people of my faith.
Oh, yes.
took down these towers.
Correct,
She's wanting
yeah.
to say, she's wanting to put ambiguity in that
Correct,
part
correct,
of the
and that's
sentence
why she said
to
someone
not directly.
like
yeah,
She could have said crackpots, like someone.
Yeah,
these
well, yeah,
peoples,
she could have said
these
that
crack. You know,
there,
it's just and like
there are
people
other
now,
words. Yeah.
And so I think what someone and something is way broader that could be easily construed as whatever you want it to be. You know what I mean?
And
Like
we're seeing that happen.
and that's what
Yeah,
we're seeing
it
happen, and that's super
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Well, and the whole thing is, it's you know, between her past comments of quote unquote anti-Semitism, you know,
Yes.
she is a very she
She's
is
outspoken.
a Middle Eastern activist.
Yep,
She
yeah.
absolutely, she's an Arab activist in
And-
the United States Senate. You
and
know,
so we were
that is what
watching-
you're getting here right now.
We were watching
Yep.
a video.
So we have a video, and this clip's a little out of context. I think you really should watch the whole one.
It's a good. It's a good interview.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a good
It's
interview.
you can tell it's a few years back. It seems like a few years back.
I
but I'm
think
not
it
sure.
really shows organically where she's coming from.
Yeah.
How she kind of sees her role in the United States.
Yep.
Let's just go ahead and play it here.
All right.
Let's see here. Watch this.
Every time the professor said Al Qaeda, he sort of like his shoulders went up, and you know.
Yeah,
it was
he's
sort
in
of
command,
Like,
yeah.
Al Qaeda, you know, Hezbollah.
He's an
and it
expert.
was- And it was, you know, as
What's his name? What put his name on
we are
the
not,
area?
we
Where
are
does he
not
live?
saying his name.
Yeah.
You probably get to see him on CNN.
Yeah, of course. I love those guys.
But you know, but it is that you don't say America with an intensity. You don't say England with an intensity. You know, you don't say the army with an intensity.
Carter.
But you say these names because you want that word to carry weight.
So I almost don't kind of know how to take that sentence, you know, in a way. Like I don't want to be incendiary in any way. I think this is for one of the very few times in American politics we are hearing a person speak that has relations, has roots in an area that we've, you know, we aren't fighting in, you know, Syria, but we are at war with these organizations that this person has, you know, historical connections to.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's sad that what comes across is, and I'd hate to say it in any way, but it feels like, you know, because when she says you don't speak about America like you do Hezbollah, to make that kind of connection, I think does not show where your heart should be as an American.
Yep.
A little bit. Not to say that she's, you know, not an American. She is an American. America is immigrants, and we can all have our you know, differences, but I think what she's really doing is a disservice, because what she's trying to do is bring light to you know, very similar to, you know, Manning. You know, what Manning had done. Manning had classified information about things we had done in war. To bring light to other military actions we are doing around the world is a very noble cause. I think the way in which she is doing it is totally fucking her shit up. like get your shit together.
Yeah.
Learn how to talk about these subjects if you feel you know, strongly about them.
I think when you listen to that interview, it is a good interview, and it's two Muslims talking about kind of like the view of Muslims and their like responsibility and all that, right?
Yeah.
And she is basically saying like this one person was like, why are they speaking with these words? You know, why are they why are they putting so much weight on these words than other words?
Well, the names of these terrorist organizations are actually just like phrases.
So
you know,
what-
like
what-
the youth?
Exactly.
Like the
So
youth
what
or
they're saying
something?
is like you're essentially giving extra power to these words.
Sure.
You know, and she's like, why
Well,
aren't
it's demonizing the culture as a whole
Yeah.
by putting these words with such weight. Sure.
and one thing I wanted to bring up is one thing that like totally Omar she's totally being chastised. She's outspoken. I feel like she's being targeted.
She's also very smug and condescending.
She is.
She's
and
very
so-
smug and
this-
condescending.
my whole point is what I want to say is the way I feel that she is bringing these issues is she is angry.
It's ham-fisted and it is anger.
Yeah,
it is anger. Yeah,
And-
it's an
and-
emotional response. And the thing is when you create an emotional environment,
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to build anything off of that.
Yeah.
It will be just a continuous conversation.
I think it's just ridiculous, or not ridiculous, but how people are using Omar as this political platform to take a political stance. Because I do feel like, I don't know, I feel like they took her out of context, and I feel like I don't know,
It's easy optics.
it's so easy, yeah.
Easy
and
optics,
so
yeah.
that's just that's my biggest thing is like they're blowing up this whole story with her and her views and all of this to, of course, forward or at least rally around a singular topic or view. I don't know. If that makes sense.
No, I totally see it. It's easy, lazy politics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And like,
yeah.
that's
It
an
is,
easy
yeah.
thing. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we don't like her. Like, I feel like it's
Although I would say it's both sides are easy, lazy politics on her end too. I think my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I think she is no better, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't expect better from everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I think they just took how I took her statements wasn't
In this,
yeah, and so I just reading these news stories and all this shit. It's like, dude, you took and ran with it. Holy shit!
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
hate that. That's what I absolutely hate that anyway. So, all right, yeah, there
we
go.
go.
All right, I love it. Yeah,
We did it.
All right,
We
yeah.
did it.
So of course there's more, blah 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 blah. But we're here. We're doing it.
We very much appreciate you guys.
Thank you very
listening
much
in.
for coming into our world and listening to us talk about
News and shit. News
and
while taking a shit.
And also just,
Next episode.
and also just my dating fucking woes. Like, and you know what I don't like? Yeah, I love
We
it,
initially were going to talk about that for 30 seconds.
I know,
then,
and like
I
he just like
don't-
fucking line like and another thing.
He
yeah.
broke like 3 pencils in his hand while he was talking about it.
I love that shit. And why wouldn't she call me back?
Why wouldn't she call me
Yeah,
back?
yeah. Oh shit, I love it. All right, anyways, guys, thank you very much. We love, of course, likes, shares. We're gonna
Give us a like. Give us a damn
give us
share.
a like, give us a
okay?
like, share.
If you are hearing our voices now, we earned it, I would
We
think.
appreciate
All
it.
right.
Yes. Let's see. If you guys want to, give us any input, all that, we will take it, whatever. But we're trying now is we are going to upload, I think, more media and have more
Yep.
of a media presence. So
We are
but
expanding
we're
every
expanding.
day.
Yeah. So we're
Even
getting
though
a pretty
this
decent
is-
following, which is kind of cool. So
It's
right?
been unexpected.
Yeah, yeah.
It has been.
So,
yeah.
awesome.
Of course, I had no expectations.
I had
so,
no- yeah. We're just doing this to have fun. So, awesome, guys. Thank you very much, and we hope you have a great week.
This has been another episode of
Well,
That's Your Opinion, man.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
What are we going to do about the other generation? How will we ever communicate without communication? When we are using words of other ways.
They're much too big to try to dig the colorful names we say.